The other bill that I think has been causing a lot of people to talk was the one with Ichungwa, which he claimed that he has withdrawn. But I saw an article somewhere in the Standard essentially highlighting all those clauses that were being talked about, and that is the land bill. So how do you understand it? Maybe you can lay it down for us.
What these bills are doing in Parliament, all the punitive bills that are in Parliament, their intention is to take away food production from the hands of the common Kenyan. Just take it away. Take it away, make farming so stressful, make farming so expensive, such that we abandon. So when we talk about the land bill, which Ichungwa brought to Parliament withdrawn, and now it's back tactically, it is to take away or control land as a factor of production. And if I discuss the land bill, I could also mention the water bill, which are the factors of production. So once you touch water, is a factor of production. You touch land, is a factor of production. You touch seed, is a factor of production. You've crippled food production in the country. So they have clauses whereby if your land remains fallow, like you ujalima hiyo shamba for 15 years or so, the government can actually repossess your land from you in the guise that you are not productively using that land. And there are also clauses whereby in the land bill, whereby they are putting lands in Kenya are freehold and leasehold. So even the lands that were freehold, the agricultural lands, the villages, they are classifying those areas. The way they say there's urban, there's a semi-urban area. They are bringing more and more masses of land into the urban classification so that they can collect leases on that. So what actually before we termed as agricultural land, now inawekwa urban areas or semi-urban. Okay, so like let's say like in Nairobi or say Kiambu County. Kiambu, of course, is very metropolis. It's sort of like Nairobi. But now the people that are doing small scale farming in Kiambu County, even those lands are being subjected to lease payments, which was not the case, and then you look at these people, then you wonder what okay. Sometimes people ask me, I did an interview, people ask me, do they understand these clauses? Are you sure they don't understand? Because you do not understand how a Kenyan, not even a parliamentarian, would push such a clause to the masses. So they want, just to answer your question, right, they want to control land. Once they control land, once they've given government the leeway through these bills to take away land from people, what are they doing? They're dispossessing the masses of the biggest factor of production, which is land.
Yeah, because they are not making any more land.
You can't increase land. Yeah. It's there. If you had 3 acres, unless you have the financial capacity of buying, that's the 3 acres you have. You see? So they want to take away, regulate and control land as a factor of production.
Yeah, which should be scary almost to everybody within the country, because now you are sort of literally taking away land from the people who you are supposed to empower to sort of produce food for you, and then putting it essentially into county governments and national governments, which we know are very terrible at handling resources. And you haven't even mentioned the story of how corruption is rampant. So if that land is dispossessed, it's not going to the government, it's actually going to an individual. So things actually get much, much messier if you start digging of what's actually happening in this space.
Have you had a story of these urban lands that have leases of 99 years, Have you had, like, most of the time when those prime lands, when the leases are expiring, ishamulikwa. Many Indians have lost their lands like that. Like when that's like a 99 years, there's someone in Adi house they've already taken the land. So imagine what they're trying to do to a Kenyan, who you didn't apply to be born a Kenyan. You're just a Kenyan because you found yourself here. You're an African. You found yourself in that home. So they're trying to make even the basic living like it's a crime even to be alive. It is sad.